everyone. So who here has ever been told to just be yourself and everything would be fine? Or to just be confident? By a show of hands, who has ever heard that before? Come on, I know you guys have heard that before. I've been told that countless times. That's okay advice, but I'd say that when you're 13, 17, 15, however old you guys are, that might be a very confusing advice. Because what if the version of yourself you're supposed to be confident in doesn't exist yet? When I was younger, I thought that confidence was something that you either had or didn't have, kind of like a personality trait. But now, I know that confidence is something that you build. So, hi everyone, my name is Ivy, and I'm a medical student right now at McGill University in my first year. And I brought with me today 3 tips, 3 advices that I would have loved having at your age, and that later down the line helped me a lot with my CV prep, with medical interviews. So, tip number 1 is to fake confidence until that confidence becomes real. So, in short, fake it till you make it. I learned most of my confidence through sport, through volleyball. I, from a very young age, started volleyball in secondary 1, and then my coaches already chose me to be captain. Right off the bat, my friends thought I was extremely confident, that I was a leader at heart, but I can tell you right away, that was an act. To give you guys some context, I played power in Yale, so for you non-volleyball players out there, I'll explain kind of what that is. Power is a position, an attacker, that is the most stable and the most constant on the court. So when things broke down and things got uncertain, the setter would always set the ball to me, power, an attacker that would kill the ball towards the other side. In moments when we would be on a losing streak and we would feel extremely not confident, I remember telling myself that if I were to be receiving the ball, and I had the responsibility as captain and as power to attack the ball to the other side, I couldn't let myself be not confident. So I had to fake it. In any way I can, I tried to pump myself up. I clapped, I screamed, I yelled it out, I let out my stress, and I put on a daring smile, pretending like I was already winning. And that was a changing point. Slowly, I saw smiles come back on my teammates. I saw them start to get their determination back. And with these 7 years of being captain in my volleyball team through secondary school and through SAGEP, I learned 2 big lessons on confidence. One is that your fake confidence or your true confidence is very, very contagious. And that's why I vowed to keep on being captain and to keep on keeping that energy in my team. And second, I learned that fake confidence can start not because you believe that you're better than the other person or the other team, but from a physiological standpoint. So what I mean by that is, on the court, I kept on pumping myself up. I would clap, I would smile, I would laugh, and physically, you can't be not confident with that. You can try right now. Try smiling. Smile as wide as you can. You can't be sad if you smile to a wall even for 5 minutes. So that's a trick for you guys. Tip number 2. Do something that terrifies you. And by doing that, once you've completed it, that actually shows you evidence that you're able and you overcame that obstacle. So I had an idea when I was secondary 5, when I was 16, 17, which was to start a fundraising show, a benefit show that would raise money for marginalized communities in Montreal. And back then, when I first started thinking about it, I was super stressed because the second I thought about it, I had to find animators, find artists, find a venue, book a venue, make posters, sell the tickets, and the list just kept on going. And yeah, I was shaking with fear, I'll tell you right away. I was super stressed, but also I was very excited. Here's my tip for you guys. Physiologically, stress, fear, and excitement have the same response. It's all an adrenaline kick. So when you're stressed, you have to trick your brain because the difference between the two is how your brain interprets it. So the trick here is to trick your brain into believing that you're excited. So right now, I could be saying, oh, I'm talking to around 200 people right now, I'm so stressed. Or I could say to myself, I'm so excited to be able to speak to you guys tonight, and that would change things in my brain. So with this method, I was able to motivate myself to take the challenge and do each step at a time, slowly but surely. And today, this little project of mine isn't so little anymore, and it's now called Homage in the Margins, and it's a benefit show, a intercollegiate competition that gathers Brébeuf and Marianopolis, two of the biggest CEGEPs today in Montreal, and has raised over $24,000 for different causes such as music therapy for neurodivergent adults, food insecurity, and congenital heart diseases. So if you're trying to do that, one thing that scares you, that sport or that addition or a new project, go ahead. You don't have to feel confident before you act. You act, you survive, and confidence catches up as soon as you have that evidence that you're able to do this. All right, next tip. My last tip for you guys, and this is for you CV lovers or anyone who grinds interviews, listen ahead. I've also never heard this advice been said before as much, but when we talk about CVs, we always hear, oh, you want to show perseverance in your CV. You want to show that you've, I don't know, done piano for 10 years, or you've danced for 7 years, or you've done music or art for the past 8 years. That shows the CV reader that you're ready and you've been persevering in this role for the past 8 years. That's amazing. But what's more important is to show continuity. Let me explain. So for my own example, I went from a volleyball player to a volleyball captain, to a volleyball assistant coach, and then to a head coach, and then to a private coach. You see that line that I did there, that continuity? That's what you want to see. I could do the same thing with music. So for example, I was a musician, and then I became a performer at school, and then I became a band member, and then a band leader, and then a concert organizer. That not only shows you, but your CV readers, your interviewers, that you've persevered, number one, that two, you've gained that confidence through these activities that you've been doing, and that you had the courage to take a step forward and take a role that was way more hard or way more complicated than you expected in the beginning. So that confidence is kind of different from the second confidence on my tip number 2. This confidence doesn't come from trying something new or doing something you've never done. This confidence comes from knowing that you've already done this before and you're not starting from zero. That's a different type of confidence. So when someone tells you to just be yourself or to be confident, that's incomplete advice. Because being confident doesn't mean you need to feel confident before you act. Being confident means to choose excitement over fear. It means to act even if you're terrified. It means to stay long enough to repeat, develop, and grow. And that's not lying. That's not pretending to be someone you're not. Because that's training. Because remember, confidence isn't your personality. It's a skill, and it's a skill that every one of you, no matter your age in this room tonight, should train. Thank you so much.
记得点赞关注哦。